If you think you've seen this person, you must report it to the authorities at once. It is your duty.
Sa ir Yagowak, Coconato Siri Panonelico. Sa irosti usiat, Sarurast. Uno will na no ba irsu. Isana yuyo, kunir puk no sangkud na no wana napir. Ipaner nuko iwa ir, nikasanarir. Iruro ni nuwa sa irkana. Usair Coconato, Tanatir, Katanano, Shafatoyo, Coconato Siri Panonelico. Ipaner nuko iwa ir, nikasanarir, iruro ni nuwa sa irkana. Sata tawi ir wanawa fu kuno sukut nia awafawa ir sutok. Usair Coconato, Tanatir, Katanano, Shafatoyo, Coconato Siri Panonelico. Unikasurir Kwanano Kuni Ugnawata ir Irkana.
So, things are looking up. You've gained the favor of the Lotus Assassins. And you've made doubly certain of it by aiding both the Executioner and Inquisitor. Very impressive. The way to the Lotus Assassin Fortress is open. Everything is in place. I'll have my evidence against Death's Hand soon enough. Oh, and you'll have access to your Master Li as well. I don't want you to think I have forgotten your needs.
The grave digging business sure is a killer. What do you need? Of course he was dead. The family wouldn't exactly have given me a live man to bury, now would they? That would be unprofessional. Can't have stuff like that getting around. You, dealt with the problem, though? Well, that's good, I guess. As long as I'm not giving any refunds, of course. Here's what I promised you. Business has been more lively lately with you around. A little gravedigger humor there, see? Lively? I'm good. Not at the moment, no. As for later, who knows? You never can tell with life. Or death.
You came! Wait here. There's a small hole in the wall, just around the side. I'll sneak in and open the door from the inside. There! The ghosts are just beyond the door. They haven't noticed me yet. I was just thinking the same thing. I don't want to get any closer to those things. The artifact is supposed to be in the room at the end of the tomb. Once you're there, I'll catch up with you.
Intruders. My tomb has lain sacrosanct for centuries, and now mortals tread on my very ashes. Your corpse will lie here with those of my subjects, and your spirit will feed my own.
Get out of here before... What's that? Did you hear that? Getting out of here is going to be harder than getting in, I think. Hurry! can't believe we made it out of there alive. You're an amazing fighter. I wonder why Purveyor Shuji wants this bowl so badly. It looks so ordinary, except for maybe this writing. Doesn't make any sense. Conductor, cog, and a bit of iron. Don't play with the tiger. Whatever that means. I can't imagine how it could be interesting, but I'm glad you think so. Thank you again for helping me. Purveyor Shuji is waiting, so I should be going. Goodbye.
dancing pretty lights. There's fire in the air and fire inside. They scream like music. You'll scream like a demon when fading moon puts the light inside of you. There's more than that on my head. There's a crown of flame that burns all the time, even when it gets tighter. You'll scream like those maggot people leeching off the Empire until they burn.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, I heard that Fading Moon's arsons had ended. Excellent work. Burning the poor is troubling after a fashion, but the scholars and merchants? That was her mistake. Yes, yes, of course they do. And they shall have exactly as much protection as they can afford to contribute to the taxes. Here's the standard bounty. Accept it with the thanks of the Empire. Well, that brings an end to our pursuit of two fiends. A shame I don't have more work for someone with your skills.
A great bounty hunter to have dealt with two cases in so little time. Your work is not done, though. There is another in this city with a price on her head. A richer price than those two. Her name is Aishi the Mournful Blade, and you can find her at the Black Leopard School. I watched her walk into this city, and now I tell you, there's no mystery in this. She is accused of most crimes, and several had to be invented to account for her actions. She is a terror upon the face of the Empire. Murder, theft, and worse, yet never a smile or a hint of revelry in what she did. That is why she is known as Aishi the Mournful Blade.
We shouldn't let a criminal run free. Something tells me that there's more to this story than this man's telling us, though.
When you reach her, you should ask her for her story. She has a most interesting tale to share. Out, out, out!
It is a shame.
My name is Aishi, the Mournful Blade. And if you are another hunter come to claim my head, I suggest you turn around and walk away. That one didn't listen to me. I hope you have more sense. I have a tale to finish. I see no need to tell it to anyone but myself. Stranger, if you continue to talk to me, I will stand up and face you. If that happens, our meeting will end with one of our deaths. So be it. You're not what I expected. Harmony surrounds you and flows out into the world as you pass. I have a story I would share willingly with you if you would hear it. Do you know anything of me? Anything of the terror that is Aishi, the mournful blade? In my years in this empire, I have been a wanted criminal, a bandit, a murderer, and worse. I have burned entire towns to the ground to avenge some petty dispute between lords and led men to slaughter peasants by the score for their meager possessions. It is all too easy to lose your conscience once you have denied it. I was not always like this, but I remember all too well how my descent began. My father died when I was still a girl, and with him gone I felt no sense of direction. I had no other family to turn to, and so I was alone. I met a boy. He was a natural leader. He had drive and direction. I was in love. He used to enjoy tormenting the children of our village, and I thought it was all fun. Then, one day, he pushed a young boy into the river outside of town. It was fast-moving and would have swept the child away, but he managed to grab hold of a rock. Why, indeed? In the intervening years, I've come to believe that it was more than simple horseplay. There was a gleam in my young man's eye that I cannot forget. The child screamed for help. His cries were shrill with terror, for he could not swim. I moved to help him, but I felt a hand on my arm. The boy I loved turned to me and said, "If we help him, he'll only tell the others what we have done. We have to let him go." Something in his voice. I believed him. That poor child was swept away in the current and was found dead downriver days later. We never told anyone what we had done, but I could never forget. If we help him, he'll only tell the others what we've done. We have to let him go. Simple words, but they still echo in my head even now. Nights are worse. I can't sleep for the screams of that boy as he washed away. I still hear them to this day. I have followed his life since that day, as I descended into my world and he climbed the ranks in the Imperial Army. That is why I have come here now. I am tired of my life, but at least I have lived it. He deserved to live as I did, but has never felt a moment's remorse for his part in that day. If you came here because of the rich reward on my head, you may even know him. Captain Sin of the Imperial Army is my quarry. I must make him pay for that boy's life. You know him, clearly. Until now, I wasn't sure how I would approach him, but you may have provided the answer. If you help me, I know how I can reach Sin. You need merely to escort me to his station by the gate. A subdued prisoner could get close enough to deal with Sin. Once I have dealt with him, you shall have your bounty. I couldn't let you be implicated in my final murder. Let's go write an ending to my tale.
What is the meaning of this?
Hello, my love. Or should I call you by your rank now, Captain Sin? Surely it's been a very long time.
Aishi, what are you doing here? You're a wanted criminal. You can't be here.
It's time I paid for my crimes.
Well, it's good to see our new bounty hunter was able to bring you in. Frankly, Aishi, I thought you'd fight to the death. You weren't this weak when...
No, I was weak. Otherwise, I would have ignored you by the river. I'm going to pay for my crimes, but there's one thing I have to do first. I have to kill you.
What? No! Guards!
Your men will be dead before they can get within 3 paces of me, Captain. Don't order them to their deaths. I already owe you 1 lifetime of pain. Do not bring more than that upon yourself.
She's mad! She means to kill me! You! Protect me! I'll double the bounty! Damn you both! You're both going to waste away between worlds! I'll make sure the underworld won't take your rotting corpses!
Sin is dead. Dead like that poor boy we let wash away. I should have made him suffer more. Stranger, I cannot thank you enough. I have touched 1,000 lives with my crimes, and yet now I feel some peace. It is time my story ended. I have only one more favor to ask. Face me now and grant me an honor... No, there is no honor left for me. Just grant me an end. You can't be the one to let Aishi the Mournful Blade walk free. That would cast undeserved suspicion upon you, and that crime I will not commit. Face me, and let this battle be glorious enough that the city will talk of it for generations.
Legendary strike!
I hoped it would end this way. She may have found some peace. Here, take this. It's something Aishi would have wanted you to have, I think. I hate for a good deed to go unrewarded. Ha! There's little reward in a good deed, and just the opposite for those who walk the low path. I know that better than most. Aishi, the Mournful Blade, was my daughter. My daughter's life was nothing but pain. Her crimes were a way to forget for a while. I think she must have found some peace now, and I can finally rest. It has been too long since I turned away from the Water Dragon's embrace. You couldn't tell? A spirit monk? But you are not fully trained, and I have refused to let any part of myself slip away. One of your kind came for me many years ago. I told her that I wanted to see my daughter grow up, and she allowed me to stay. Your kind were shepherds of the dead, but that never meant you were heartless. She said one day another of her order would come for me. Ironic, really. I died before the gates to the underworld closed, but I couldn't let go of my daughter. I worried for her, and rightly so, but I think she will find peace now. Every ghost slips into madness over time, but some of us have a reason not to. We can fight back the longing and despair for a time. I will wait. What choice do I have? I know the underworld is cut off, but I must try to fight through the despair and anger. I have some idea of what you face. Take my best wishes as you try to set things right. I have waited for more than 2 decades. I can wait a bit more, and now I have a reason to smile.
This site was to be my father's tomb. I doubt he knows what use Death's Hand has put it to. Was that sagacious Zoo up ahead? I knew he was a traitor. Why else would he be sneaking into the fortress? We will have to be doubly careful. There's no telling what traps he has laid out for us. This is an ancient repository of knowledge. It contains records of the Empire.
Ah, I was told to expect a new recruit, and you fit the description. Well done braving the necropolis. A troublesome walk, but it weeds out the weak. I am the Watcher, and this is the fortress of the Lotus Assassins. It was built amid the graves of 1,000 generations, the tomb of the Emperor at its core. Come, I will show you to the Hall of Induction. If you have servants, they will be allowed to accompany you, but you are responsible for their actions. Formed from the defunct Order of the Lotus Assassins are an extension of the Emperor, as dictated by Death's Hand, and implemented by Grand Inquisitor Gia. Thanks to her direction, we are becoming the face of power in the Empire. The Imperial Army will soon be stationed only at taverns and fish markets. The great Golem army constructed here will spread across the Empire. Our masters will be all-powerful. You will assist if you survive. Weak recruits die quickly. Master Gang is one of our trainers. He will be your master as you seek to become an assassin. He is harsh, but his knowledge will be invaluable to you. You will find him at the opposite end of the Hall of Induction, near the entrance to the central chambers. Do not keep him waiting. What would you like to know? Death's Hand is the one who brings us the will of the Emperor, but Grand Inquisitor Gia rules in his absence. Death's Hand rules us all. We obey him in all things, for he is the will of the Emperor. There is no more to tell. Our lives are his. This was to be the tomb of the Emperor. It rests in the heart of the necropolis, the accumulation of thousands of years of the Empire's dead. It was the perfect place to begin constructing the utterly loyal golem forces the Emperor demanded through Death's Hand. We could harvest all the spirits we need. They are the perfect soldiers, unrelenting, obedient, the ideal that all Lotus assassins aspire to achieve. Slaves that die to be golems are blessed. The Imperial Army is weak, filled with questioning generals that do not know the path to glory. Even we assassins envy the pure subservience of a golem. Soon the will of the Emperor will be plain, and Death's Hand will step aside so he can enforce his glorious vision openly. Opposition will be impossible. There are those that think the Emperor must serve the will of the people, but they are traitors in disguise. His glory is our glory. Death's Hand will make it so. No, you fool. We harvest spirits. Many linger where their bodies interred, although the freshly dead produce a far more responsive golem. We now exclusively butcher slaves for this purpose. If you are lucky, you will be allowed to help in the process. I saw no one. Only the most skilled of our number can enter this place without my knowing. I am the Watcher. Go to your teacher, Acolyte. Do not keep him waiting. The far end of the hall, at the entrance to the central chambers.
Find Master Gong. Once we are close enough to the heart of the assassins, we can prove Death's Hand is behind this golem army.
Kop awuka inir, o akowafi ithaturo turo uk. Uk niknak ir kalik no yok, wo knik.
With the rise of the golems, we acolytes have fewer opportunities to serve. You are unwelcome.
Kop awuka inir, o afawafi ithaturo turo uk.
We are losing status to the golem army, and you want to take more attention away from us? I think you need to prove your worth.
Do you think yourself worthy of making such a demand? What proof are you worthy of?
Wuwir aki thita hirir koni afafatir? Kauru suir tata siir uyu. Pearson si ir no u kubki tir sun urk. O kiruk fir nir nikir pra.
More blood to stain my hands. A badge of honor.
Legendary strike.
Wo ofno aknati nir sasi ir yawak orui.
So, there is no discouraging you. You have come to the heart of the Assassins, and you already have enemies. Are you certain you are ready for what you will learn here? I don't think the choice is yours anymore. This is my realm, where my demons hide. You will be forced to see them. You have shown little interest in my warnings, but now you will see. Are you? Are you sure you know what kind of person I am? Is anyone so transparent? Are you? Go. Your new master is waiting. Secure a place near the heart of the Assassins, and you will be near your goal. Grand Inquisitor Jia is key.
Be careful of him. I never believed he was on our side.
Ukia kupa bitita soki. Wonoa e sususatia son sifonia sonsi ifog. O ifo ia uksonkob noko isansia. Koni uk noea kup sa ia sisia su up. O ifo ia uk sonkob noko isansia. Kut kosi wiwa ia wo nawa ia ifo wiya oktau. Ni
What is this? Another acolyte feeling their way around in the dark?
It takes some time for their eyes and skin to adjust. For the first few weeks, they're as easy to kill as newborn kittens.
What do you want, acolyte? We've done our work for the day and don't want to be disturbed. Unless the press is broken, leave us. We keep the Golem Press functioning. Without us, the machines could not keep up the ambitious pace that Grand Inquisitor Jia has set.
It takes 2 minds, 2 pairs of hands to control the inner structures of the press. You fools just see the controls. Inside the machines, it is impossibly complex.
You would not understand the complex balance of gears and sorcery that makes it function. Even flyers are simpler creations. By the will of the Emperor, Death's Hand had it created.
With parts stolen from some great celestial furnace.
That's nonsense. Not everything our craftsmen create is stolen or gifted from somewhere else. We have the capability on our own. If we must, what do you want? We keep the Golem Press functioning. Without us, the machines could not keep up the ambitious pace that Grand Inquisitor Jia has set.
It takes 2 minds, 2 pairs of hands to control the inner structures of the press. You fools just see the controls. Inside the machines, it is impossibly complex.
You are falling behind, gang. Grand Inquisitor Jia is not happy, therefore I am not happy. If your work does not improve, I will have to stop taking credit for it. The latest battalion of golems stand idle because of you. If the production of the Jade Golem is delayed again, perhaps your soul will fuel our next attempt. I trust I have made myself clear.
Yes, Master Shin.
I thought so. Do not let anything delay you further. It would be a shame to once more remind Grand Inquisitor Jia how incompetent you are. Yes, an absolute shame.
What do you want? So help me, if you're just some wandering slave, I'll have you butchered to color the clay golems. Wait, no. You are the one I was told to expect. A new recruit. As if I don't have enough trouble watching over the other fools in my care. Your best is no longer the limit of what we expect, despite what you have achieved elsewhere. You will be reconstructed into the perfect obedient slave. If you survive, then you will be an assassin. For now, you are a Lotus Acolyte, and your life expectancy is not long. Follow me down to the central chambers when you are ready to begin your indoctrination. Do not keep me waiting. A battalion of golems stand idle. Damn the heavens for the fools I lead. I am destined to suffer for their incompetence, and I have one man to blame for it. Shin. The old Scorpion had one of his followers shatter a spirit shard during training. There are ghosts everywhere. I've lost 8 slaves and 3 acolytes to them. You, New Blood, get over there and occupy those ghosts until I can get real Lotus assassins to clean them up. Golem production cannot be delayed by this.
He has no confidence in you. He does not know your worth.
Go on. It's your first sacrifice for your new life. I'm sure it will be glorious.
I have no time. I would give anything to...
Another of Gong's weakling acolytes headed to the slaughter. How many of the ghosts killed so far?
11, 12, does it matter? Worthless as one, worthless as a group.
Go on, then. Let's see how you fare. We'll need to sluice the blood out of there by the time they manage to destroy those ghosts.
strike.
You live? And the ghosts are gone? Well, I did not expect this. It would seem that I have a competent acolyte for once. Interesting. Recruits are rarely of use before we strip them of their outside identities, but you beg a more interesting application. Could you be the one I have waited for? Your duties would normally include a period of deprivation in a cell until every hint of self and identity was stripped away. It is a draining, brutal awakening. I need a favored protege, someone willing to risk everything in my service. I will preserve your intellect, allow your inventive mind to remain, in exchange for 2 tasks. One is your duty anyway. The other is something to secure your future at the heart of the Assassins. Lotus acolytes are utterly expendable. You deserve better. You must operate the soul extractor, past the room where you fought the ghosts. In the coming weeks, you will help swell the ranks of the Empire's glorious golem army. Golems are fueled by the souls of the dead. The recently dead, it turns out, make far more obedient and powerful golems, especially if brutally killed. We no longer mine the necropolis for souls that linger near their resting place. We butcher slaves instead, and extract their souls into spirit shards. Tonight we require a shard of exceptional quality for a Jade Golem that will control the latest battalion of golems. You will oversee this in the extraction chamber. You clearly deserve better than the short life of a regular acolyte. Your ability surprised me. Use it to surprise the others as well. Help me gain the power to help you. Kill Master Shin, my superior. You are perceptive. It is a tricky matter and therefore a good test for an otherwise expendable acolyte. Your kind die often in the machinations between masters.
We are tools to be cast aside, but if it gets us closer to our goal, we need to do as he says.
The politics of the Lotus Assassin Order are complicated. It's all right if murder is suspected, so long as it appears deserved because of incompetence. That is your task to figure out, Acolyte. This is a dangerous place. Find a way for him to have an accident that disgraces him. I, of course, must not be implicated. Talk to my acolytes at their stations, in the Golem Press Room and the Soul Extractor. These are dangerous machines. Find a sharp corner Shin can crack his temple on. Return to me when you have an idea for an appropriate accident. I don't care what it is, as long as there is a corpse for me to gloat over in the end. Proceed, but I will hear you. Shards infuse the golems with life. Souls are extracted from the vessel that holds them, whether a corpse or a slave, and sealed within a crystal shard. The more recent and brutal the death, the more effective the golem. Our soul extraction process is deliberately painful. Essence gems are trinkets that can focus minimal amounts of chi. There are very few people who can make use of them effectively. Golems are utterly obedient, but that does not mean that they are always easy to control. In great numbers, there can be discord. Jade golems are infused with spirit shards made of multiple souls. They are highly ordered servants, and they serve as pacifiers for the other golems. 1 or 2 golems can be controlled by will alone, but an army requires these Jade intermediaries to maintain order. Such numbers are dangerous without a lieutenant. Remember your tasks, Acolyte. Create a spirit shard in the extraction chamber for the Jade Golem, and find a creative way to kill and disgrace Master Shin. You can also seek training from Acolyte Trainer Guang. I'm sure you are her superior, but she might have something of use to you.
You approach the soul extractor. The assassins want you to create a spirit shard, to crush a life to power a golem puppet. They are very efficient in their brutality now. It wasn't always like this. Fear used to be the primary tactic. Destroy the family of one to ensure the loyalty of all. It caused chaos, uprisings, close allies turning on each other. Those inclined to betrayal fear it the most. Imagine if you could corrupt the machine and return the chaos of disloyalty the Emperor dreads. No matter your motives, helping the assassins harms you. If you corrupt the spirit shard, you can move forward while also crippling their golems. They seek control. There used to be a chance to disobey when the order given was too harsh. The victims pointlessly innocent. Now there is only obedience. There is something chaotic enough to disrupt that. In the elevator room to come, descend to the deepest mine, to the oldest graves. Just go. The thieves await you. Remember, the deepest mines. They are closed now for being too troublesome. That is where you will find what you need.
You must be Master Gong's latest acolyte. I heard there might be a new recruit, but they typically aren't ready for service so quickly. Stripping a will can take time. But Master Gong is known for being generous to those who please him. You must be quite exceptional to be allowed into service so directly. This device is the Soul Extractor. It has a loftier name, but we are here to glorify Emperor Sun through Death's Hand, not pay tribute to some distant celestial lord. It is mounted on an elevator that reaches deep into the necropolis. Until recently, we excavated bodies to extract spirits that lingered near their graves. The results were unpredictable. Now we use slaves. Freshly killed spirits make the best golems. The more painful the death, the better. The extractor is not gentle.
How does this glorify the Emperor? I know we will discover that Death's Hand is behind it all.
The Soul Extractor certainly kills whatever is placed within it, but little is left of the victim, so you cannot prove they did not belong there. Only a spirit shard remains. The golem press is far more dangerous, but I have nothing to do with that ungainly device. I prefer the elegance of ripping slaves apart. Then you should select a suitable victim for the procedure. I would recommend one of the slaves on the prison level. Selecting from elsewhere could bring unfortunate results, and I would not wish to see you disgraced so early in your time with us. Use the lever to select a floor, and this platform will move there. You are free to go where you wish, but I would avoid the lower mines. They are restless. The older tombs have spirits that have festered in their hatred for ages. They are not easily controlled. That is why we use slaves to power the golems now. As well, the mines are simply not stable. Tombs can collapse, so we take care not to move too many golems at once, to avoid shaking the foundations of the fortress. You should get on with your work. Grand Inquisitor Gia is growing impatient for the Jade Golem to be completed. Select a suitable victim and create a spirit shard. You're dead set on losing your life down in the lowest tombs. I won't stop you. I won't save you either.
The deep tombs hold malevolent spirits from a time when the Empire nearly fell. Chaotic and powerful, they hunger for revenge. I'm sorry, but I must be sure of what you are.
Uksa iofnod ni kan awe qua work ni wo. Tuki mo sai nosi wo ni ka wo no.
The assassins use slaves for their golems now, in part because of tombs like this. That was a remnant of the old empire, the spirit of an ancient invading horse lord. Zheng Sai, the tree that defies the fire, was one of many that threatened to level the imperial city. The spirit monks, your people, stopped them, or so they claimed. I gambled that the vengeful spirits of these marauders would sense if you truly are a spirit monk. So many people are not what they seem to be. I had to be certain. I won't trouble you much longer. Now that you have disrupted Zheng Sai's spirit, you can take his body from his grave and use it in the extractor. Even in life, his kind were devoid of restraint. His spirit is pure chaos. A shard made using his ancient corpse will cripple the Jade Golem and those it commands. When you finish your master's other task, present the shard to earn passage to the inner chambers. Inside is the information you need to proceed to the palace. I, however, will not be leaving. I will make that plain soon enough. Appease your master. When you are ready to enter the inner chambers, I will tell you why your success is so important. This fortress holds many secrets. Some are valuable, some are dangerous, and some are hidden because the dark is where they belong.
What have you done? The machine is going crazy. You've corrupted it. I can't let this continue. This area is my responsibility. I don't care who you are. No, kakawair uksair kopi ira taka ano. Kawi kipo. Utarawi ir, kupkitir sanir naur kurk, pan. Satha afsoni wakwikir fonir noni, wo yak kuptir. Wo sawir nok, swok son seir sonok fonias usatha.
Ghosts and poorly trained acolytes are no measure of competence.
Yes, certainly. Against a real opponent, there would be no doubt of the outcome.
Slink back to Master Gong. We answer to Master Shin. And if you are lucky, this is the last time.
Tukiyir, Wosai ir Lucy, Wo Nika Wonoyu. Wonawair, Sunpunao, Poko Narawair Uk.
My own demons distract me in this place, but I hold no love for your new master or the master above him. If you kill one, why not two? Distractions are the key to weakness in a target. If you look to the future, Master Gong will have his plans come crashing down on him.
Machine is massive.
So, you are the new Lotus Acolyte under Master Gong. No one else has reason to be here. He was quick to favor you. New recruits are typically held in isolation. I will instruct you on the use of the golem press and crane. Forming the golems is an honored task that elevates us above slaves and mere servants. Press is simple to use. Using this machine, we can create a legion of warrior golems in a day.
Death's Hand has great power. We need proof of this from the inner chamber.
This is only one step. Here we create husks devoid of energy. Each golem needs a spirit shard to move, and a jade golem must guide them all. For each shard, a spirit must be reduced to its essence. For a time we used those that lingered near their graves, mining them as if they were silver. No longer. The recently dead make a stronger, more obedient golem, if the death is painful. With a jade golem guiding them, legions act as one, utterly obedient. The extraction chamber is a far more interesting place to work. The screams over there are music. Here we have only the creaking of clay. nearly saw one as you entered, but they are rare. Falling victim to an obvious danger like a dropped golem or worse, the press, would take a monumental fool. The machines are loud and you can see the operator from anywhere in the room. A past victim of the press suffered more damage after the incident than during it. Reputations are very important in the Lotus Assassin Order. Falling victim to the press would cause a loss in status almost fatal in and of itself. The press is simple to operate. You select the type of body at the first station. Once the material is poured, it is funneled to the press. The press serves as a mold and a kiln. In short order, it can be opened and the new body is ready to be moved. The crane controls are at the end of the ramp. You can experiment with each station if you want, but you may as well reduce what you produce to rubble. There are no shards to power any more golems for now. I will return to my tasks.
So you are done with the extractor. That spirit shard will allow the Jade Golem to control a battalion of clay golems. Eliminate Shin and I will present you to Gia. The inner chambers are not usually accessible to acolytes, but you have proven a valuable ally. You will go far in the Lotus Assassins. An interesting idea. It has happened before, and the victim was certainly considered a fool for letting it occur. But it's impossible. You may as well try and drop one of the golems on him. He would never be so distracted as to enter the press. We are Lotus Assassins, after all. A possibility. But Shin does not leave the inner chambers often, only to inspect the new slave shipments arriving in the Hall of Induction. You would have to close a great many eyes to get away with an assassination in the hall and moving the body to the press, but it would certainly send a message. The hall cleared of all witnesses, the press operator distracted, and the slave shipment stopped outside in the necropolis before it arrives. A daunting list of tasks. Do it quietly, but use force where you must. Succeed, and I will introduce you to Grand Inquisitor Gia in the inner chambers.
An acolyte of Gong's, So am I. Let's identify what training you need by sparring for a short time. Let's keep it non-lethal for now. We find you have enough enemies in this place. We acolytes are utterly expendable. Good. Remember, no killing blows. I'm sure Well, you would appear to have more than a passing knowledge of combat. I could almost see some kind of flaw, but I was clearly outclassed.
Yes, you were. I knew this acolyte was something special, but I didn't think my trainer would be made to look like a fool. You, New Blood, you will be the trainer now. When I am promoted, you will train all my acolytes. You, assist her, if you can even do that.
It would seem that you have taken over my duties. I will still serve as an advisor, as Master Gong ordered. There are techniques I can share. In truth, I did not like being a trainer. Life for any of Master Gong's acolytes is rough and short, but especially so for trainers. Master Shin sees to that. My duties, your duties now, include training Master Shin's personal entourage. In the past, if a trainer was too good, Shin had that trainer killed to keep Gong weak. I think one member of his entourage is a full Lotus assassin. I have survived by appearing unimportant and staying out of the fight between Gong and Shin. You are supposed to train the attendants in his entourage. Some need it, but if you seem too skilled, your next fight will be against the hidden Lotus assassin. Besides, it wouldn't weaken Shin for long. I suppose he would be alone and more vulnerable if he had to fight right away, but he will replace them in time. Accidents happen, and even the attendants in his entourage are just acolytes, and therefore are utterly expendable. There would not be much fuss. However, you would probably find yourself training the hidden Lotus assassin in the next bout. Any skilled acolytes under Gong are quickly disposed of. Are you mad? Well, it doesn't matter. You must train one at a time. If you seem to be too strong a target, I'm sure they will accommodate your death wish. You're in a hurry to make enemies, aren't you? Very well. Master Shin has a new attendant in his entourage who's supposed to be trained. Attendant Kiton. She is replacing one of the acolytes who did not return from Tian's Landing. There was no explanation. I assume he was weak and was discarded. You can find her and all of the other attendants by the doors to the inner chambers. They wait there for when Shin leaves to inspect new slave shipments. I showed my ability in the arena, and when I asked, their recruiter agreed. I have only one skill, and this was the best place to exploit it. Combat, killing. The army was too strict. The arena too tame. Here, when they want an enemy destroyed, that enemy is destroyed. Sometimes family and all. We are all here for one reason, and that includes you. We are killers, plain and simple. There are no Lotus assassins with hearts of gold. I'll say this. If you are going to try and fight them, hold nothing back. They will be trying to kill you.
So, you are the new trainer. You think you have something to show us? Master Shin has us test each of Gong's trainers to make sure they're skilled.
But not too skilled. Am I your next student? I assure you, I am more than capable of defending myself. I was made an attendant because of my skills. Oh, don't worry about me. Worry about yourself. Let's move this fight to the Hall of Induction so I have room to enjoy this.
What do you want? That is unfortunate, because the needs of an acolyte are of little concern.
Our tasks are done for the day, but Grand Inquisitor Gia could request us at any time. We must be ready to respond if the Golem press malfunctions.
Nothing short of her order or an emergency repair will move us. Step away, acolyte. You are of no concern to us.
Are you the student I am waiting for? I can't delay any longer. I cannot miss the window of opportunity for a summoning. As I was saying, golems are playthings, devoid of cunning. The latest stockpile stands idle, waiting for a jade golem to make them useful. The waste. I will show Grand Inquisitor Gia that tapping the spirit realm for servants is more efficient. Witness as I effortlessly summon an able minion from the void. There are hardly any preparations needed, Acolyte. They want to serve. They tell me so. Golems want nothing. Watch and learn. Ukir sitaka wuwir, wosayir yufraun! No, no! This isn't right! Destroy them! You saw nothing of this. Nothing. I have to continue my research before Gia knows of my failure. Oh, I know it can work.
Ikakahia wo no kakike.
What do you want now, Acolyte? You are right to marvel at its stability. It is a machine in balance. Only errors of its operators have damaged it before.
Several foolish acolytes were killed for damaging it. It's not so hard to use properly. All you do is work the crane and occasionally add phoenix oil to the material selector.
The measure of oil has been wrong too often. Kia Jong gives it out too freely. I will see to it that your kind are only given pre-measured containers of it. Gong needs to better train his acolytes. You were obviously rushed through the initiation process.
Phoenix oil is a viscous liquid that burns at an incredible temperature. It heats the press to cure the golem husks. If there's too much in the machine, it burns too hot. Too little and the golems crumble. The merchant brings the oil from the craftsman of the Golden Delta.
By the will of the Emperor, death...
With parts stolen from...
Piershat uk ni uksa ia sun puno kahun wo ushashia uksai. Wasafno sositu no ko ota na.
What is that so? Why should I step aside for a new blood acolyte? I have my own position to think about, and I will not be so easily replaced. If you bring an order from Master Gang, I will relent, as he is my master too. Until then, I am not moving. I see. The ways of the Order are mysterious and brutal. If an opening is created away from witnesses, all of us under him will benefit. I understand. I will tend to the golems that are being readied for the Jade Golem's command. I do not think I will be able to return to this room today, but a thought occurs to me. If one opening raises us all, 2 openings will raise us further. If something were to befall the good master, just something you might want to ponder.
What do you... What? Which one of you idiots threw off the mixture? It doesn't matter.
3 days calibrating it for perfect clay husks, and some new blood fool ruins it in an instant.
The supports for the mold injectors will be charred. We'll have to find a smith to forge new ones. Ugh, what a mess. I don't need you to tell me that, Acolyte. I swear, I'm going to recommend that your kind never touch it again.
So much wasted work. If we don't get it fixed, Gia will have us slaughtered.
I know. We need to go to the market district and find a smith. Come on, we're wasting time.
Ikakahia awat utko wo kokopia kawa ya wok. Wosiwania sa ia sakaku usawa ia nu pakpoparo. Wosoawi ia ni tu uksumpuno. Wasafno sositu no ko ota napia ifa.
You are either brave or foolish. I warned you that appearing too strong would make you a target of Shin's attendants. Actually killing one will incite them further. I would be very careful if you intend on continuing to train the others. They will not let the death of Keaton go unanswered. Your next student has been chosen for you. I did warn you that appearing too strong would put you in danger. So beware this next attendant. Attendant Kai Feng is waiting for you with his remaining fellows at the doors to the inner chambers. I wish you luck.
You killed Keaton. The life of an acolyte is forfeit when they walk into this place, yes. But for one of Gong's ragged minions to do this is unforgivable.
Do you think you can make such an insult and disguise it as a simple training mishap? You are a fool.
If you are ready, trainer, your next student is waiting. It is my task to make examples of Gong's acolytes who show too much promise. My skills are above question. Gong is about to lose another of his pitiful acolytes. Come, let's move to the hall, and I will end this.
Legendary strike.
You killed Kai Feng? But he was fully trained.
Such insolence will not go unpunished. We'll make an example of you soon enough. Your corpse will be dragged before your master.
But Kai Feng was a full assassin. How could he have fallen?
Shut up! This fool will pay. You'll see. You'll regret this. Lotus Acolyte of Gong, we must make an example of you. You have insulted the attendants of Master Shin's entourage.
The Masters do not care whether acolytes live or die, so it is up to us to avenge the deaths of our fellows.
We will not appear weak. We are the attendants of Master Shin. You will die as penance for your insult. Your death will be an example to all of Gong's fools.
That was an impressive display, Acolyte. I've never seen Shin's attendants so handily dismissed. Master Shin's enemies are probably very impressed with your actions. I can only speculate, of course.
I do not like how he hides behind us, a coward in commander's robes.
I marvel at your ability. You show no fear of the enemies you make. You will do well here. You have no more acolytes to train for now. As I believe I said, I have survived by not angering anyone and not appearing too skilled. I would have enjoyed killing them, but if you lost, I would have died too. That is the way of things here. Take care of yourself first. Risks bear penalties as well as rewards. Goodbye, Acolyte.
You there! Stand aside, or risk the ire of the Lotus Assassins. These prisoners must be delivered to the fortress to be inspected by Master Shin. I will not allow you to make me late. And why is that? Keep your reason short, or you'll be dead before you're done. You are mad to test an assassin. I'll kill you where you stand.
Legendary strike!
Master, are you taking us to the Lotus Assassins? What? Thank you. Thank you so much. I knew someone would stop them. Someone kind and honest.
Let's hope letting them go does no harm to our cause.
Thank you.
What is going on here? Where are my slaves? The golems require spirit shards. And where are my attendants? Delays and laziness will be repaid in blood. No one disobeys the orders of Shen. You are Gang's new acolyte. I see what is happening here. You think to promote your master by threatening me. You are bold, but foolish. You thought to make me vulnerable by killing my attendants and emptying the hall? A miscalculation. I am a favorite of Grand Inquisitor Jia. You will die.
Legendary strike! Storm Dragon! Legendary strike! Storm Dragon! Legendary strike! Storm Dragon! Legendary strike! Storm Dragon! Legendary strike! Staff!
A terrible tragedy has reached my ears. Our respected Master Shin has met his end in a rather embarrassing fashion. I came quickly after hearing of his stumble. Perhaps it was the cold of the sanctum that made him careless and dulled his senses. Open the press. Unfortunate. I will make certain he's dead, but not from too close. I don't want to share his tragically foolish fate. Yes, quite dead. How unfortunate. We should honor our fallen comrade, but I am distracted by thoughts of who will take his place. I think the choice is obvious.
You are nearing your goal. Grand Inquisitor Jia keeps many secrets in the inner chambers, enough to appease the princess and earn your way to the palace. But you may learn more than she wants to know. I know that I did, many years ago. You know that Master Li tried to stop his brother and failed. I was not there to witness that, so I only have the details that you are aware of yourself. Hui in Tien's Landing told you that in response to that act, Master Li's wife was condemned to death. She was with child at the time. This I know for certain. I was there. I was one of the elite ordered to kill Master Li's family.
You throw these accusations at your superiors and my father, but we have no reason to believe you.
Death's hand brought the order to kill the family. We were cowards if we could not see the wisdom of his order. It was the will of the Emperor. I could not question the orders. They could not be wrong. You needed to know my role, even if you have not proven to me that you are any more thoughtful than those you pursue. I have secrets that will remain mine. But heed a simple warning. If your enemy begins to look familiar, it's not because they are changing. It took me a long time to learn that. I have little use for morals, but honor? I have seen what you will face, seen his power. I ran once. I hope for your sake you have not shaken my resolve.
You there! You are Master Gong's new Lotus Acolyte, correct? Master Gong has kept Grand Inquisitor Jia waiting for too long. Where is he? Fools! They had more important things to do than worry about their personal stations. My station is at risk if Jia does not get her Jade Golem. You were Gong's acolyte? You deal with this, and get me the spirit shard I require. Since your master is dead, you may present it in the ritual. Bring it to the doors of the inner chamber. Finish whatever business you have in this place. Grand Inquisitor Jia may alter your duties.
Greetings, Acolyte. I believe I was supposed to be your trainer, but given the rather remarkable deaths that have occurred, I'm sure you don't need my help. I still have some training techniques and resources I can share, but we may as well dispense with formality.
There you are, Acolyte. I've been waiting for you, as has everyone involved in this ritual. The Jade Golem must be completed tonight. You have the Spirit Shard? Very good, Acolyte. You're on the verge of being welcomed into the heart of the fortress. Have you completed all other business? Good. Grand Inquisitor Gia will be pleased, I am sure. Preparations are complete. The Spirit Shard is prepared, thanks to the skills of our newest Lotus Acolyte. You are very fortunate to be welcomed so quickly into the heart of our order. Grand Inquisitor Gia will be pleased with you. Now, we must complete the ritual. A score of clay golems stand idle without a focus. This Jade Golem will awaken them all, direct them as one. Insert the Spirit Shard. Let this legion of immortals give glory to our masters. What? What is wrong? I command you. I demand that you obey.
What is the meaning of this? Who has corrupted this Jade Golem? It is linked to a legion of warriors that now run mad. The Foundation will crumble. Who are you? Wait, I can sense it on you. You are the one. You carry the other pieces of the amulet.
My gravest apologies, Grand Inquisitor Gia. This new acolyte has corrupted the ritual.
Fool! So blinded by petty schemes that you cannot see a threat in our midst? You are worthless! And you, hidden in plain sight like your master, you caught us unsuspecting but not unprepared. Who are you to think you could enter our lair so easily? A simple student? I don't think so. An invader, conspirator, traitor. We survive by seeing the enemy in everyone. That is why Death's Hand stands at the forefront of the assassins. He draws attention, diverts criticism while the Emperor solidifies his power. You are like every other simpering peasant that has graced our dungeons. What did any of them contribute to the glory of our age before the Emperor dared to make something of them? That is the beauty of what Sun Hai has done. He has taken the raw material of the Empire and extracted something useful. For every magistrate that objects, or peasant that asks questions, another golem is forged, an army undying. But through all this, a threat remained. A traitorous sibling and a hidden protege. We did not know a face or a name, but we knew what they would need. The amulet, its pieces spread like petals to the wind. You have caught a few, But you are far from your peak, and not every golem was linked to this corrupted husk. Goodbye, Spirit Monk. I will inform Death's Hand of your passing.
Legendary strike.
We have to find Jia and kill her before she brings Death's Hand.
You are strong, but you do not know real power. Our strength lies in preparation. We have warriors across the Empire and other Jade Golems that are not corrupted. You have diminished us, but it is not a mortal wound. Death's Hand will be here soon. You will be my gift to him, drawn as you were by your precious amulet. Live or die, the will of the Emperor be done.
Legendary strike.
You knew you could not beat me, exile.
I wasn't looking for victory. Just a few seconds.
Quickly, there's no time to stop and talk. We must escape this place before it becomes our tomb.
lowly acolyte walks away. You should have died beside your master, preventing the escape of whoever did this. Unless you had a role in it. Destroy them to be sure.
Legendary strike. Power restored.
We have to get out of the necropolis so we can deal with this information. Be careful, the ground is shifted. There's no telling what has been just.
Did you hear that rumbling? It must have shook the entire hill. The Emperor's tomb, it's collapsed. I don't doubt it. They could probably feel it all over the city. It is a bad omen. There's no doubt about that. The Emperor's own tomb. I fear the spirits will be even more troublesome after this. Maybe I should consider a job in the countryside. Is there anything else you...
I don't like what we have seen here. We must return to your flyer so everyone can discuss what we have learned. So, your lost sheep, Sagacious Zoo, returned to save you. I didn't think he had the nerve.
That's because people are nothing but tools to you.
My dear little Dawnstar, I'm a princess. People bow to me. That is the way things are. Of course, many things are not as I thought they were, if what we learned from Gia is true. I know what you found and what the implications of it are. The Emperor himself ordered the golems constructed, and the workers were stolen from their homes. By the Water Dragon's mercy, they are enslaved until they die, and then trapped within the golems. I have seen the proof. But how can it be true?
He has taken our master, killed our friends. What if assaulting the Water Dragon is true too? He must be stopped.
No! I will not believe it! We have to go to the palace and give him the chance to explain! Stand beside me or don't. I am going to question my father and straighten this out. It's all just a mistake. Well, I certainly see why he would keep that a secret.
He must have felt very guilty about it. Perhaps that is why he shadowed us for so long. Even in the swamps, he must have wanted to make amends.
That's all very sad, but it changes nothing. Our immediate concern is my father. I will guide you to the palace.
He must be on our guard. Is there another way to reach the palace? The princess doesn't want to see the danger.
She says she can get my marvelous dragonfly there in one piece. I've heard no other options, and I won't risk the finish flying blind.
Everyone be quiet! Are you ready to go? If you have business left in the Imperial City, you'd better finish it. Hurry up. I need... Are you ready yet? Good. My father has much to answer for. I know he will explain everything, and if Death's Hand is there, I'll have some words for him as well. Kang, those flags that I gave you, the ones with the royal seals, mount them on your pile of scrap and let's go. I don't want to waste any more time.
Yes, ma'am, no argument. Garish flags to stop the turrets. Just no yelling while we fly. The space is small and it echoes loudly. Yes, Princess, at your word.
We must hurry to my father. This entrance allows me to come and go as I please. There are no guards or sentries here to hinder us. Wait! Someone is coming. It seems this entrance is no longer as disused as I believed.
Princess Leon, what are you doing here? And dressed like that? I'm sorry, Princess, but Death's Hand ordered this area sealed and...
That is of no concern to me. My father's will is law, and it is to him that I will speak. Stand aside.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you pass. Please, Princess. There are Lotus assassins throughout the tunnels with orders to attack all who enter.
You dare disobey my order? You force my hand!
Princess?
We must reach the throne room unopposed. He will wake in a few hours. Shall we go? Our meeting with my father can't come soon enough. I must hear it from my father's mouth. I must hear how he explains all these lies, the golems, Death's Hand, all of it. You go ahead, but only take one other with you. The rest should guard the rear and only fight if needed. I do not want a full war within these sacred walls. I would prefer to be up front, but if not, I will catch up if there's anything important to say. Come, let's go. The palace is ancient. Some say it was a celestial gift. It shouldn't be misused.
Legendary strike.
This is one of the many spires within the palace, where visitors are raised as if by the glory of the Empire. Without a guide, you could be lost here for days. Try not to damage anything. The Empire has seen enough disgrace.
Legendary strike!
We are nearly to the throne room. Although my father has let these unseen parts of the palace fall into disrepair, these chambers are the tombs of past leaders. We would be here for days, and you likely know the most prominent anyway. Sagacious Tien, the first emperor, founder of the Jade Empire, and builder of the wall. Cormia, the Swift Era, defender of the First Age and commander of the borderlands during the Horse Lord incursions. Sangsi, the Broken Bow, the first woman to rule openly. She changed more in a single valiant battle than many others did with entire campaigns. The latest are the tombs of two men who were greatly mourned, the Emperor's brothers, Prince Sun Li, the glorious strategist, and Prince Sun Qin, the Hand of Heaven. Why would you say that? No, they have been sealed since my father announced that they died. That was just after Death's Hand became his right hand. I'd always thought Death's Hand had a role in their deaths. Now I don't know what to think. We are close to the throne room. The longer we take, the more questions I have. To my father's throne room. I doubt he'll take this intrusion kindly, especially not with the information we've learned. Now we'll find what has happened to your master and the truth of what has been happening in the Empire. I can only hope that my father has been the victim in this. I pray he has the answers I seek. The fate of the Empire depends on it.
20 years, Lee. I have waited long enough. Atone for your treachery and give me what I require.
Look to yourself, brother. You would have done the same.
I am the eldest, and therefore the Emperor. I have you at a disadvantage, and yet you toy with me. What do you know, glorious strategist? Where is the Spirit Monk amulet?
You will find out soon enough, brother.
Father!
Child? What are you doing here? I have important matters. And what have you done to yourself? You look like a common street woman. And who is this? You invite filth into the halls of my palace? This is not how the child of the Emperor should act.
Don't lecture me! Master Lee's student brought me evidence from the Lotus Assassin Fortress. You allowed Death's Hand to corrupt the Empire!
Master Lee's student. This child, the very person who tested my Lotus Assassins, brought to my doorstep by my own daughter. Brother Lee, did you plant the seeds for this fool to come here? Layers upon layers, always the glorious strategist. I am the Emperor. I am the heart of the Empire. Death's Hand is a diversion. He is Death's Hand. My hand. I don't blame you for your foolishness. What can you possibly know? The Emperor is the manifestation of divine power.
That is your role as figurehead. How could you betray the people? Your greed has unsettled the whole of the Empire. The dead no longer sleep.
My child, remember your place. I have no patience for anyone that challenges my authority, not even you. Kill the rest. They are unimportant.
No! I won't let you disgrace the Empire!
Enough! I am God, Emperor's son! In my youth, I ruled dutifully. But nature does not respect titles. Withering drought, not battle, threatened to take my throne. But I would not allow it. I assaulted the underworld and claimed the great water dragon. And neither the treachery of my siblings nor my failing body could stop me. I am no longer a slave to time's decay. My actions have brought the Empire great strength, and its Emperor endless power. Who among you would dare challenge my right to rule? That glow. Brother Lee hid the amulet in plain sight and acted as his own diversion, just as Death's Hand diverted attention from me. The obvious threat hid the insidious one. Do you even know what you hold, child? What truly led you here? But for whom, I wonder, do you blindly follow the will of your master? Is anything so simple? You were guided to me. What did Lee tell you? That I murdered your people and caused the restless dead? Side effects, afterthoughts. This is about power, and I will add yours to what I have stolen. Even if you are impervious to my sorcery, it changes nothing. I am a god. Come, student of Lee, your quest for death is at an end. What is this? Weaklings! All of you! Your defiance grows tiresome, student of Lee. You must learn your place in the order of things.
This is your end!
Can you not dispose of one defiant peasant? Very well. I will face you myself, no matter your destiny. You will fall here today!
Legendary strike. Legendary strike. Focus. Legendary strike. Stab. Legendary strike. Storm dragon. Legendary strike. Stab. Storm dragon. Storm dragon. Legendary strike. Stab.
This cannot be! I am Emperor's son! I am a god!
Legendary strike. Focus. Staff. Storm. Legendary strike. Legendary strike. Storm dragon. Legendary strike. Staff.
Proud. Everything has gone as it should. I can see that, my student. Your abilities have grown immensely, but it also does my heart good to see that you have remembered the basics of what I taught. Even the flaws.
Death has come to you, but life can be regained. I will guide you through madness to the light. Follow the pillar of light.
Legendary strike.
master betrayed you, as he once betrayed his brother. A revenge years in the planning. He trained you to fight a tyrant, but with a flaw. He wanted you vulnerable in your moment of triumph. The dragon amulet is in his hands, reassembled. He will consume my power, but all is not lost. Seek my light. Your master claims the throne and my power. He will rule as a
Legendary
god
strike.
unless he is stopped. You have done well, mortal, but your journey is far from over. Time grows short, and we must act quickly if we are to stop your Master Li. Your master, Sun Li, the glorious strategist, betrayed you. He killed you to claim the power of the Emperor, my power, as his own. You are dead. I am the Water Dragon, immortal guardian of the path to the underworld. I shepherd the dead, leading them to my holy temple in Dirge, the gateway to the afterlife. But 20 years ago, the Emperor and his brothers attacked Dirge. They burned my temple, slew my servants, and defiled my body so the Emperor could claim my power. When Emperor Sun Hai fell, I reclaimed some of my power, enough to call your spirit here. But now I am fading once more. Sun Li consumes my energy. Your former master has long desired power, to impose his will on the Empire. His plan took years to form, but the prize was too grand to let go to waste on his brother's madness. He consumes my essence to become a god, but he does not yet fully control his power. That is why I could bring you here, and why we can speak now. My strength wanes. We must act quickly. For you to fulfill your destiny, I must send you to Dirge now, while Sun Li struggles to control his newfound power. The glorious strategist knows patience. Li has planned this for 20 years. When Dirge fell, he rescued you only because he believed you were a tool he could use. You will learn this and more, but we must move quickly. When he discovers what I have done, he will try to seal this realm and prevent me from sending you to Dirge. My temple at Dirge is defiled. I do not have the power to restore you to life, but I can send your spirit to Dirge, so you may cleanse the taint corrupting my holy sanctum. Hurry! If you restore the fountains of Dirge, I can restore you to life. If you do not, Master Li will become unstoppable. Seek out Abbot Song. He will help you. Restore the fountains of Dirge. Restore my power, and I will speak to you again.
Legendary strike.
This cannot be. Is it really possible? I sense the mark of the water dragon upon you. You have returned. You don't recognize me? No, of course not. You were just an infant when you were taken from us. I am the spirit of Abbot Song, slain many years ago by the glorious strategist. Before my death, I was the head of the Spirit Monk Order, your order. Master Li? He is Sun Li, the traitor. How out of balance the world has become when one of our order believes Sun Li to be his master. You are a spirit monk, born here in Dirge and cleansed in the sacred fountains. You were an infant the day the Emperor and Sun Li attacked our monastery. I tried to save you from the slaughter, only to lose you to Li when he ripped you from the arms of your dying guardian. I can only imagine what lies and distortions he told you about Dirge, your heritage, and his own role in events here. But now, you deserve to hear the truth. 30 years ago, the long drought struck the land. For a decade, crops withered and died. Starving people across the Empire demanded that something be done. Despite his position, Emperor Sun Hai could not alter the natural order. He demanded that his brother, the glorious strategist, concoct a plan to rectify this insult. Through Sun Li's cunning, the armies of the Emperor laid siege to the gates of Dirge. They came to seize the Water Dragon's power and her life-giving waters. The soldiers of the Imperial Army swarmed over us, too many to count. My spirit monks fought bravely, but I knew the battle was lost.
We were beaten. All around me, my fellow spirit monks were dying. I tried to hold the attackers at bay. Prince Qin attacked me, and then Master Li cut me down from behind. The Emperor ascended unopposed, but already Sun Li and Prince Qin plotted against him. The glorious strategist was not content to watch his brother come to power. Emperor Sun Hai, ruler of the Jade Empire, stepped beyond his station and slew the water dragon, claiming her power for his own. His brothers tried to strike him down, but they could not know he would be so strong. Infused with the water dragon's power, he was now unbelievably powerful. Sun Li escaped with his life, but he left his brother, Prince Qin, to suffer the Emperor's terrible vengeance. A spirit monk child still lived. He killed your guardian. Claiming his identity, no longer a servant of the Emperor, Li abandoned his fearsome armor to become the master you thought you knew. If you and the amulet were the key to defeating his brother, he might still claim that power. Li disappeared with you and the amulet, escaping the Emperor's retribution. With his newfound power, the Emperor, as a taunt to his traitorous brother, bound Qin's spirit to the armor Li had left behind. And Death's Hand was born. You were the last of the spirit monks. Sun Li saw our attempt to save you as confirmation of your importance. He believed you were meant to restore what he helped steal. He trained you to be an instrument of vengeance, an agent to succeed where he and Prince Qin had failed. But with your death, the Emperor is now invincible. And the glorious strategist has won. You were the last of the spirit monks. But now you are just a ghost like the rest of us. No one is left to oppose Sun Li. You spoke with the water dragon? Of course! Only she could guide your spirit to Dirge, while all others must wander the mortal world. I worried that our last hope had died with you, but now I see you have come to restore the fountains of Dirge. The first step in restoring the water dragon herself. As leader of the spirit monks in life, I am bound by honor and duty to aid you in this task. I swear I will not abandon you until the fountains of Dirge are restored. I can guide you here in Dirge, this lost home of yours. I know the monastery well, and will do everything in my power to help you restore the fountains. The fountains were tainted with human blood, which shattered their seals. The blood that stained them is gone. Replacing the seals should restore them. I know the monastery well. Only that you should do as the water dragon. The amulet is an artifact of great power, though few truly understand its nature. What do you wish to know? The amulet is a powerful tool, but it is only a tool. When you were first learning to unleash the power within you, the amulet helped you to focus your mind and energy. But you are a spirit monk. The power of the water dragon was always in you, not in the amulet. Now you are strong enough to draw on that power without the amulet. It is a tool and a focus. It allows you to understand the power you can wield, and to use the essence gems that so many discount as trinkets. We alone can draw on more than one gem at a time. You can do this, even without the physical amulet, now that you know your true nature. You are probably right. We must restore the Water Dragon's power before Sun Li gains full command of her powers. You have nothing to fear here. Though many dangerous beings dwell in Dirge, these monks and soldiers cannot harm you. The monks and soldiers who fell during the battle are trapped here in Dirge. Caught in a never-ending war, they fight, they fall, only to rise and fall again. Li cut me down on the steps of the temple. My body fell and my spirit rose. Powerless, I fled toward the outer courtyard while the battle still raged. I wanted to see if you had escaped. Instead, I saw Li take you, and I found myself trapped out here. The Emperor had sealed the gates behind me. My spirit cannot leave, Dirge. None of the spirits here can leave. For 20 years, I have been trapped in the outer courtyard, unable to pass through the gates. My hope is that the restoration of the fountain will allow the gates to open. Perhaps inside we can find a way to restore Dirge and free my brethren from this curse. I cannot say what fate lies ahead, but after 20 years, your return gives me reason to hope once more.
strike. Storm dragon. Storm dragon. Legendary strike.
The guardian of this fountain is destroyed, and I weep for her. She was once one of our order, but lured by Lee's promises of wealth and power, she betrayed us. This thing is the corrupted spirit of Xiang Wu. During the attack, she and several other spirit monks betrayed us by tainting the holy fountains with human blood. Long before the attack, Lee sent spies to bribe some of our weaker members. When they tainted the fountains, the power sustaining us against the army vanished. After the battle, the Emperor executed Xiang Wu and the others, and he used the power of the water dragon to bind their spirits to the fountains. Their crime was terrible, but they did not deserve this fate. They suffered endless torment from which they could never escape. Such is the power of the binding. The binding is a sacred ritual of the spirit monks. We can draw on the power of the water dragon to bind a spirit to us. It is one of our tools for shepherding the dead. Even before Dirge was befouled, there were ghosts in the world. Some spirits would become lost in their journey here, or refuse to let go of the mortal world and go mad. If we found one of these restless ghosts, we could bind it to us and bring it to Dirge. Then we would release the spirit, so the water dragon could lead it into the afterlife. The binding is a great gift from the water dragon, if used properly. But the power can be abused. The Emperor bound the traitors not to himself, but to a place. A spirit can never escape such a binding. It feels an inexorable pull, but it has nowhere to go. It feels a compulsion to obey, but is never given a command. The spirit twists and corrupts, and in its agony it goes mad. Binding a spirit to a place is a terrible crime for our order. The only thing worse is binding a living creature. Binding the living condemns them to a fate worse than death. It forces the subject to obey and robs them of their free will. As a spirit monk, you must never do such a thing. The ability to bind spirits comes from the essence of the water dragon inside you. You may not have the power now, but one day you will be able to call upon it when needed. But this is not the time for lessons or instruction. The Guardian is dead, but you must place the seal on the fountain for it to be fully restored. It worked! The fountain is restored, and the gates to the inner courtyard have opened.
The first fountain has been restored. You have done well.
great mistress. It is heaven itself to see you again. I have been so lost without your wisdom.
I have left you without my guidance for far too long, Abbot Song. But I could not speak with you. My strength was consumed contacting the last of the Order. You are the last. There is no one else that can do what you are destined to do. I had to conserve and prepare. I did not know the exact day you would cross to this realm. I was able to guide you here because there was an instant between the Emperor's death and when Sun Li claimed my power. I regained some energy, but that moment has passed. Li is consuming my power, drawing it through the amulet he stole when he betrayed you. You must restore the next fountain before it is too late. What you see is how you perceive abilities that are inherently yours as a spirit monk. Essence gems still serve you because the amulet was a pathway, not a source of power. The amulet trains you to access what is already present, something Sun Li misunderstood. However, as a focus, it still allows him to take my power much faster than his brother did. Let the wisdom of the Abbot guide you if you need aid. Restore the second fountain, and I will speak to you again, if I am able.